Whithorn in Wigtonshire in Dumfries and Galloway is a well-known place of pilgrimage for kings and commoners alike, and is the final resting place of St Ninian near its priory. It's also possibly the oldest continuously inhabited town in Scotland, as well as being created a royal borough before 1511. It also claims city status due to its ancient cathedral, once the seat of the bishops of Galloway. Not far from the priory is a full-scale replica of an Iron Age roundhouse. Building began in the autumn of 2016 with the help of volunteers, and it gives a remarkable insight into the lives of our ancient ancestors. The Whithorn Roundhouse is based on the remains excavated at Blackloch of Merton, around 5 miles away, which is claimed to be the only one of its kind in the country. During a 3-week excavation in 2015, and believing initially it was a crannog, it was found that an Iron Age village had been constructed in a peat bog, surrounded by slow-moving streams and a small shallow loch, dating from around 430 BC. This meant a rethink of the area's history. It had been believed that St Ninian had arrived at an empty corner of Scotland where he'd founded his church in 397 AD, but it's now believed there was already a thriving community in the area. Archaeologists found the remains of timber used to build the structure at Blackloch. These had been used to support the walls and the floor of the roundhouse, and had been well preserved thanks to the peat bog. It was also discovered what type of wood these ancient people used for its construction, the plants that had been used in the houses, the animals they kept, and the crops they grew. Tools were also discovered, and all this information was used to build the roundhouse at Whithorn. One detail that couldn't be ascertained was what material had been used to construct the roof. At Blackloch, reeds had been used on the floor, so it's possible they were also used to create a thatched roof. In the reconstructed roundhouse, which was built using traditional methods, alder was used for the roof supports, with the ring beam supporting the roof. The height of the conical-shaped roof reaches over 8 metres tall. The outer walls have been created using a double skin of interwoven hazel, and in between these two skins are clay and turf for insulation and for strengthening the building. It's roughly 13 metres in diameter. The Iron Age people, like their descendants, were keen to create an impressive defensive entrance to their homes, so at Whithorn, the front door is flanked by oak panels. Within the house is a large central hearth, which would have been the heart of the home, similar to the one found at the Blackloch site. Fire was used not only for heat, but for cooking, light, and socialising. It would have been where the Iron Age people would have sat to eat their meals, talk, and sing. The fire would have been lit using flint, a commodity that doesn't exist in Dumfries and Galloway, so trade must have taken place. It should also be noted there is no open space in the roof above the fire to allow the smoke to escape, but the thatch is thinner there than the rest of the roof. The roundhouse is split into a series of sections for carrying out varying tasks, such as drying hides and making implements, and wooden items such as bowls and buckets. There are wooden benches in the roundhouse, but all the original wooden items have long rotted, so we don't really know what they had to hand. There is a rotary quern for cereals to be ground into flour, although stone would have been used by hand to grind cereals on another stone, as many of these have been found at various sites across the country. There is also a loom for weaving, and a stand where wool that had been dyed would have been hung to dry. Dyes would have come from various plants. There is also a coracle, which would have been used to cross a waterway. The small field where the structure stands has been found to contain details from the early Christian era, including graves, pits, and a midden. Beneath the graveyard was a Norse village, with evidence of manufacturing being carried out there. There was also evidence of a Northumbrian church complex, and Northumbrian coins from the 8th and 9th century were discovered. An Anglo-Norse belt buckle dating from the 10th or 11th century, medieval pottery, as well as Germanic glass, have also been found at the site. The Roundhouse has been dedicated to Peter Hill, an archaeologist who died in 2016, aged 64. It was opened to the public in 2017, and tours of the Roundhouse take place between the end of March and the end of October. The Roundhouse is expected to last just 50 years. If you enjoyed this episode of Scotland's History, please like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.